Okay, my name is Catherine Chen, and my Chinese name is Menqi Chen. I'm from Central Region. After that, respect activity. So now everybody should be eyes on me. Okay, um, I'm from Central Region. Central Region, we are from Dallas, and the Central Region we have several states. How's that? Okay, should I start? Okay. Um, I'm from Central Region. My name is Catherine Chen, and my Chinese name go by Menqi Chen. But Chinese name is really hard to pronounce it right. Like a Ciji is really hard to pronounce it right. So you can call me Menqi Chen or Catherine Chen. Okay. Now it's really honor for me to be here to share with you all. And this is a camp has the atmosphere I have never been before. Um, Usually, our camp is kind of very routine, and we follow rule. We don't even talk during the eating. But today is really very energetic and very interactive. So I like it very much. I like to share with you is more education mission because I'm more involved in education. And many, Tzu Central Region, we had many English-speaking activity. But because of the time, and I'm personally involved more in education, so I just share what I involve the most. Okay, I have a question. We talk about a seed. When we plant a seed, how do we make sure it grows? Any volunteer? How can you make sure it grow into a tree? Water and sunshine, because those seeds, do you expect one day they will grow up in a tree? No, you won't see it maybe in 10 years. So education is just like this long process, but we have to do it when the kids are little. So uh, this is a group of people we have been work with. Uh, I think back more than a decade ago, Dallas office tried to begin to distributing uniforms and school supplies for those students who has a lower income in Dallas Independent School District. And when the first male only high school was set up in North Texas, this principal, Nakia Douglas, called Tzu Dallas for support to achieve the school mission, which is to develop those young men into a good leader of the tomorrow. Those kids are aged from 12 to 18. It's about grade 6 to grade 12. So it's a high school setting for 6 years. And one of Tzu mission is to promote character education and emphasizing the value of gratitude, respect, and love. So we began to work on the character education the school really need. This is the 6 pillars of character education that the DISD required. They have to have one character education topic monthly. So we tied in our lesson plan to the topic they required. So we work with the counselor of the school. So we set up a lesson plan through interactive activities and guided questions related to their life. So through interactive activities, that we let them to share what if the situation really come to you and what will you do? So that will give you the value of the 近似 aphorism, the value behind it. So we choose one 近似 aphorism. to school when we have a lesson. And the resource that we have been using is the English-Chinese bilingual genes of resistance, the book on the right-hand side. And the lesson plan, we use the lesson plan compiled from Taiwan Tzu Chi Teachers Association. They have many, many years of teaching the genes of reason to students, elementary school to high school students. And we make it into English-speaking environment, like the story we have to translate into English, and the Chinese video, instead of putting on a Chinese video, we try to tell them the story by speaking English. And this is the actual plan example. So we have set up the time and the date. Usually the time is the very early morning at 8 o'clock. They do have a assembly together, the whole school. So we have a topic, and we have the feature story to share. The video usually about 5 minutes, and the third column is the corresponding 6 pillars of character education. Oh. And now I have one short video to share with you. This is from the Tzu Chi US Tzu Chi 360 when they interviewed students of this Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. Can you, only 2 minutes. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Sorry. Not sure what's going on with the video right now, but just wanted to let you know that all these moments of pauses.
Support
Okay,
from
there
Tzu
you
Chi
go.
volunteers Mei and YL Ling. Principal Douglas and the Tzu Chi Dallas chapter were able to put together a curriculum that focuses on Master Deng Yan's teachings as the center of the educational program. On top of being the only school to offer Mandarin Chinese at the high school level, every month Tzu Chi volunteer Catherine Chang holds character education classes for all the students. It is hoped that these lessons will teach the students the skills of what really matters in life and how to handle different situations in life.
The component that I work very closely with Tzu Chi is on the monthly guidance lessons. And I work together on choosing the topics, and many of the topics relate to our district's focus, character education, which is terrific: trustworthiness, responsibility, caring, citizenship, fairness, and respect. We work together and we find through the aphorisms book related lessons, and Tzu Chi comes in every month and does 2 days a month with our school students on that particular lesson.
Teaching character education here at the campus through the 16 Habits of Mind, we teach the young men persistence, because the first thing the young men are going to run into here at our campus are the academic struggles, and then you see the emotional come up. When those come up, where will that young man stand? Where will that faculty and staff member stand? The beauty of our relationship with Tzu Chi, it ties into all that. Master Chen Ying's lessons are about character, are about true humanitarianism.
Tell me what you want to buy. Empty fair, music, to volunteer.
But I also like the lesson today on how you shouldn't immerse yourself, or you shouldn't always want to be greedy.
Making you sore.
I think I'm tired because I had to carry a lot of weight.
What consequence do the desire bring to you?
I guess be caught in greed, because sometimes the things you may want so badly could inevitably be your downfall.
Sometimes desires means burden.
I'm really beginning to like what UT is doing because I see that they are doing what I feel like, taking care of the whole person and not just one part of the person, but the whole person.
The lessons, they tie in straight with our teachings that Mr. Douglas and our teachers gave us, with our habits of mind. I believe there should be other habits of mind, but they just teach us how to have faith in what we do, no matter what religion we praise. We should always be faithful and committed to what we do, and we should always give service to others.
With the unyielding support from Tzu Chi volunteers, May
Yeah,
and YL.
that's a short video clip that I edited into this retreat, and my time is up. So thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Sister Catherine. And before I was happily and fortunately cut off by the video, just wanted to finish my thought. Next time that one of those pauses or breaks come up, just know that it's actually on purpose. It's not a technical difficulty. It's just a random time that we put in for you to reflect on the camp, give you some time to think. So next time that comes up, remember to just close your eyes and think about the camp. The next regional sharing that we have is the Midwest region, and we have two brothers with us today who will be sharing, Brothers James and Brother Colin, so please welcome them.
Hi, everyone. My name is Colin from Chicago.
My name is James from Indiana.
We are talking about our Midwest region, so let's see. There's one of the event in Chicago. This is a newer event, so we invite everybody, and then we sharing the culture and everything. So we got 8 minutes, so I go with the 4 minute, and then Brother James will go 4 minutes after that. So we be quick, and so we just sharing all the culture. This is one of the event I was assigned to. I was actually born in Burma, and was assigned to do refugee relief for current refugee from the Burma. So I tried to talk to them. I went to home visit, and then also train them to be volunteer. So they come out and volunteer event for the distribution. Also, this is one of the training I get it from Sipo Chong, which is our director from Midwest. About we are planning for the medical project, which is we are learning. He was coaching me for main office program on how we do the medical process. So that how we learn from the senior brother. So, and also we reach out to the other non-Chinese speaking personnel, and then also we are planning to do the Medicare outreach program. So this is the two of our member. One is the lady originally from Mexico, and then he's one of the American guy from Chicago. We were planning to the project together, and also we are planning to how to reach more people, and then getting non-Chinese speaking people into our Midwest region. So they were giving us a lot of input and a lot of stuff for us to work on. And then also that lady worked for the Illinois State Attorney Office, so she gave a lot of information. So she's one of the parent of the Chinese school. Her daughter is enrolled in Chinese school, and then that's where we reach out from. Both of the volunteers are from the Chinese school parent program. So I also teach in the Chinese school, and also that's why we talk to most of the parents, and then we recruited them, and then we talk to them to help us and reach more community. And then this is one of the training we give it to the similar to the basic volunteer program, and then they give us a lot of information, and then that's what we do to taking information, more information from them out for the new volunteer point of view, and what we need to expand to make them understand. So that's why we give a lot of information we come in from. So this is our university student, most of the English-speaking volunteer, and we are training them to be talking about bamboo bank and collecting money in the Chinatown area.
So the common theme between Brother Colin and myself, representing Chicago and Indiana, as well as the other regions, is how do we inspire more non-Chinese speaking people to do volunteer work with Tzu Chi and really join us on the Bodhisattva path. So here is a picture of Burmese refugee students who have been with our program in Indiana for 5 years. We've seen 5 years of graduating seniors, and I've been to their graduations for the last 3 years, and it gives me goosebumps always thinking about how Tzu Chi had a hand in every one of those who came to our program. We are here at the food bank and volunteering together with Tzu Chi, and every year we try to do this, and we get this group to come out. Dial that back 5 years ago, and none of us were able to speak English to each other. And so our tutoring and mentoring program really evolved through the years and became a hotbed for all kinds of volunteer work. So it's not only the students who needed the tutoring and the mentoring, but also the volunteers who came in to become the tutors, and mentoring was equally important. Here's a special family that was uniquely touched. There's actually a story behind the setting that this place is at. This family here on the right, on stage as well, we have students performing. There are some students who are tutors and some students who are high school students. Okay, so there's students and tutors in there. But this particular family that I wanted to point out were particularly inspired because this program allowed us to get into the community, to really understand what they were struggling with in their apartments. And one of the most touching moments that I've had in my Tzu Chi volunteering is one of the brothers in this family told me when he received a dresser and said, "Mr. James, I really needed this." And that was a piece of furniture so he can put his clothes in this dresser so he can clear off his bed and actually have a place to sit down and read a book or do his homework. And that's how these families were living. They were very touched by it. Now they're sharing a story on stage at our New Year's event, talking about how they are wanting to volunteer, and they have been volunteering with our charity distributions and so forth. This particular stage is at the elementary school. So the community that we work with is right across the street from Nora Elementary School. And we've been growing roots there as well because a lot of the high school students that we were tutoring had younger brothers and sisters at the elementary school. And so we were gaining this relationship. We were doing the Happy Campus distribution program as well as coat drives, and also referring to each other cases that we know about struggling or vulnerable families. That was very, very important, and we're growing roots. Here we are. There's a couple pictures up here of the Happy Campus program on the right there. There's the expo style. You come, learn about something, whether it's dental hygiene or healthy foods, and then you actually get some samples to take home. That was our style of Happy Campus program. Students on stage singing. We did get recognized this year in 2015 by the Washington Township School District for being Volunteer of the Year for the district, one of 2 awards that were given. Kind of nice. Thank you. Although that was a very nice recognition, it was really a wake-up call that we said that there's a lot more work to be done. And what we want to say is that the time is actually very ripe for us to really recruit non-English-speaking volunteers, and especially for those who are in our programs, like the tutoring program that we've had. This is a hotbed. This is an area where we can actually get a lot of volunteers to come through. And I want to introduce you all to a special guest and attendee this camp. She's sitting up in the front. Her name is Shamo. Shamo, will you stand up, please? Shamo, turn around. Turn around and wave to everybody. Okay? We've known Shamo for 5 years. She graduated just 2 years ago, and she's still very active with Tzu Chi, and we're so happy to have her here. And our goal is to get more, right? Very good. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Brother James and Brother Colin, for the Midwest region for their sharing. And we're so thankful to have you here and for you guys to share your wonderful program with us. So like they said, the time is now. It is now to recruit non-Chinese speaking and local community members through Tzu Chi. So coming up next, we have 4 special guests from St. Martin, and they are going to be coming up to share with you the third portion of this second regional sharing. And they are Sister Yamil, Sister Hilda, Sister Saskia, and Brother Roger. Please welcome them.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Thank you for the opportunity. Yesterday, we knew that we're going to share with all of you our personal experience in Tzu Chi. As you know, St. Martin is part of the Caribbean. We are a tiny island, 37 square miles, but we have more than 182 nationalities inside. None of us are from St. Martin, but we live over there. My name is Yamile Bastidas. I am from Venezuela, but I have 12 years living in St. Martin, and I met Tzu Chi 10 years ago. And at the beginning, 6 years, my first 6 years in Tzu Chi was kind of in and out, a happy volunteer, until I went to Taiwan in 2011, and I met Master Chen Yen, and I have the opportunity to share over there. And Master gave me some words, and because I make the vow to be a commissioner, and Master just told me, keep your hard work, I'm gonna wait for you. So when Master tells you that, you have no option. I mean, I went right away in 2013, I got certified, and I just want to tell you, the more you do, the more you gain, the less you do, the more you lose, so just do it and keep it. I leave you with Hilda.
Good afternoon, my name is Hilda, and we were invited to share with you guys more than what we are doing or Tzu Chi is doing in San Martin, how it's affecting our heart. I met Tzu Chi through Yamile, not just because we are from the same country, but because we share a dream. She knew how much I was struggling after the government stopped the school program, dental program I was working with. Participating with, and trying to do many things. Nothing was working. They called me and said, what happened with your dream? And it was, for me, was a surprise. What? You care? Yeah, come. And I want to share something that not even she and Sandra knows. That is, Sandra is our commissioner over there. A couple of days before I came here, somebody told me, Tzu Chi, Sandra and Yamile are beside you. Your dream of having a dental program working again in San Martin might be more close and a reality. Trust one again. I'm here to gain trust again. I'm here for the first time using this uniform. I'm being here just a month. That you gave me life, you gave me hope. I'm finding myself. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. I have been 7 years for Tzu Chi Foundation, and how I become a Tzu Chi Foundation because of the commissioner, and she is still my boss, and so she shared with her love and care about the organization and talk about the charity work and the greatest work that Tzu Chi does. So let me join them. The most important what Tzu Chi St. Martin does is to, mostly we do the charity work and the educational for the children. Some children don't have they can't pay the school fee. What we do is we helping them to get the school educational. And I think Yuan has already shared the Bamu Bank. And we already do the Babu Bank. We know about the Babu Bank, but on the other side, we use a plastic bottle. Instead of using the bamboo bar, we use the plastic bottle to make a bamboo bank that people can give them more blessing. Always tell them, even for a penny, we help to save the I thank you for the organization and the opportunity that I get from my commissioner. Instead, she's here, but she gave me the opportunity to come here to get this training. Be grateful for my Commissioner Sandra Chong. She's not here, but she's in my heart, and she's next to me. Thank you.
Afternoon, I am Brother Roger, Trinidad, but I've been living in St. Martin for many, many years. I'm a massage therapist by trade. I always said that one of the worst sickness you can, or affliction you can get is not cancer or Alzheimer's. To me, it is loneliness. And I joined Suchi about 10 months ago, and my first project was to go to the prisons. There, I could interact with those prisoners, the inmates. They were really deprived, they were lonely, they were rejected, and we had a program there where we took gifts for them, and they were so appreciative of this. And it developed a connection with that sector of the community that was rejected. The other thing was was with the bamboo bank. We have areas of real deprived people, people who have many kids, no husbands, no income, and we would give out bamboo banks. And just every week we would go up on the hills to remind these people. And just recently, these very people, whilst we were going up, sometimes we don't know who had the bamboo banks, but they would actually come out and give us the bamboo banks and say, look, please, don't forget to take your bamboo banks. You know, and this is so emotional. So what I want to say today is, on behalf of Suchi St. Martin, thank you for inviting us here. And we have a family now.
Thank you very much. And you have a family over there too. So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.